It is peak home selling season in Colorado, but the peak feels a bit more like a bunny hill than the summit of a 14er. What's behind this significant slowdown, and what do you have to lose by waiting out these strange times? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Ryan Haarer here, Denver area real estate advisor, bringing you weekly videos exploring front range neighborhoods, doing home tours, and of course delivering the latest housing market news to help you make informed decisions. Please help me continue helping you by subscribing, commenting, and sharing this video with a friend. And of course, if you need any help or have questions about buying or selling in the Denver metro area, please give me a call or text. My contact information is in the description below. Now let's jump into the latest data, then look at how it affects you. The numbers are in. The Denver metro real estate market has cooled down significantly compared to a year ago when prices peaked. Shortly after that, prices fell about 12% market-wide in Q4 and then rebounded over the first 5 months of 2023. Prices continue to pick back up despite the slower market, with the median close price up 2.6% from April to May, and the latest numbers from the Denver Metro Association of Realtors tells us indeed seasonality is back, with more people transacting in the spring and early summer months than the winter. But I think seasonality may not play as much of a role later in 2023 with a potentially much more competitive market. I'll explain why in just a minute. Now, while it's picked up in terms of new listings and closed sales, we're still far behind last year's levels. Of course, 2021 and 2022 were unprecedented years with historic home prices and numbers of homes sold thanks to hyper low interest rates. But with rates this year at a nearly 20-year high, many homeowners locked into those hyper low interest rates, thanks to refinances over the last couple of years, are extremely reticent to list their homes in exchange for a much more expensive loan on their largest asset. People are selling right now because they need to. Life changes, retirement, marriages, babies, job relocation. They are not necessarily selling because they would like to. So while inventory, or the number of homes for sale, is up compared to Q1, they are lower for this time of the year than any time in the last decade. On the demand side, people still want to buy homes if they can afford it with the higher rates, but they are having to be much more patient waiting for a home that really matches what they're looking for. With sellers hesitating to list, buyers have less to choose from, and because the process is a bit more expensive right now, they're spending more time in the market looking for the one. But here's an obstacle we're seeing right now. When that awesome turnkey home that's properly priced and well marketed becomes available, it's likely more than one buyer is going to want it. And indeed, we have seen bidding wars come back to the Denver area. It's not unusual to see 2 to 3 offers on ideal homes right now, sometimes more. Still, that beats the 12 to 20 offers we were seeing on some homes over recent years. And the average number of days on the market right now is 9, just over a week. Longer than a year ago, so a bit more time for buyers to make a decision, but still very fast historically speaking. Now, some buyers are seeing opportunity in overpriced homes or homes that may need a little bit of work, and sellers who need to move have been willing to negotiate if they've been on the market a while. Overall, I'd say buying a home is much easier right now compared to 2020, 21, and most of 22. It's just a very different process with a few different obstacles to navigate. So let's get to the big question. Should you wait to buy a home later on in 2023? What do you stand to lose if you wait for interest rates to come down to buy a home? It's certainly not easy buying a home at a nearly 7% rate. It means your monthly payment is going to be a bit higher, but while there is some competition, it's nothing like we saw in the last 2 years. Rates will come down. It would be great to see them under 6% later this year. Let's say that actually happens. How will the market respond? It's possible more people will feel comfortable selling, increasing the number of homes available for sale, increasing the options you have as a buyer. But I don't think it's going to be a huge sell-off. Again, many homeowners have a low interest rate that's going to be hard to let go of. Instead, I think it's highly likely that inventory goes up a touch, but demand, or the number of buyers, flood the market when rates drop, bringing back an even more intense competitive environment. It could be even harder to negotiate with sellers, and you may find yourself in a bidding war. Now, I don't have a crystal ball. Things could go very different than that later this year, but prices have stabilized, rents remain high, home ownership is still an important goal of many Americans as the #1 wealth building tool in the country, and I can tell you for a fact there are many people waiting on the sidelines for rates to drop. So, it's one thing if you really can't afford the home you want with the rates where they're at. But if you're waiting for some big break in the real estate market, a big crash, or rates back to 3%, the cost of waiting to buy could be much higher than buying now and refinancing when those rates do drop again. There will undoubtedly be people in the comments who say, of course, you would say that you are a real estate agent. Let me caveat all of this with saying that each individual person's situation is very different, and you should speak with a real estate professional to determine whether or not now is the right time for you. I'd love to know in the comments, where is your head at? Are you one of those people waiting for rates to drop? Is the current environment just too expensive for you? And if you have a question about your personal situation that you think I might be able to answer, please do not hesitate to reach out. That's what I'm here for. My contact information is in the description below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend, and I will see you on the next one.